In the night sky, there is a constellation that even a child can recognize. 3 bright stars in a row, like clasps on a celestial belt. This is Orion. For ancient civilizations, it was a symbol of power and immortality. For modern astronomers, a cosmic laboratory. And for conspiracy theorists, the key to a global plot. But what really lies behind the legends of the Orion Conspiracy? Is there even a grain of truth here? Let's start with the facts. Ancient peoples truly gave Orion immense importance. The Egyptians identified it with the god Osiris, the ruler of the afterlife. The people of India saw in it the figure of a hunter, and the Mayans used this star pattern in their calendars. The most famous example is the Giza pyramids. In the 1990s, engineer Robert Bauval proposed the so-called Orion correlation theory. The layout of the 3 great pyramids supposedly perfectly mirrors the 3 stars of Orion's belt. And even more, tunnels inside the pyramids are oriented towards specific stars in this constellation. The scientific community criticizes this idea, claiming it's a coincidence as similar correlations can be found anywhere. But for many, this became proof. The ancient Egyptians possessed some extraordinary knowledge, whether astronomical or perhaps even extraterrestrial. This is where it gets most interesting. Conspiracy theorists believe that civilizations from the Orion region, perhaps from the star Rigel or the Orion Nebula, contacted humans thousands of years ago. It was they who allegedly passed on knowledge of architecture, mathematics, and astronomy. In this theory, the pyramids are not just tombs, but beacons or even portals for communication with our cosmic brethren. On the internet, you can find entire books and lectures about Orions, who supposedly still influence our civilization. Sounds like science fiction? Absolutely. But it's these kinds of stories that stir the imagination and have remained popular for decades. Proponents of the Orion Conspiracy claim that the symbolism of this constellation is hidden in the modern world. In the layout of ancient Mesopotamian temples, in some ornaments on Christian cathedrals, and even in Masonic symbolism. The idea is simple. Elites throughout the centuries have honored Orion because it is the source of their power and secret knowledge. The evidence? Zero. But for conspiracy theories, a compelling image and repetition across different cultures are enough. And now for a bit of science that adds fuel to the fire. In Orion, there is the star Betelgeuse, a giant that is on the verge of exploding as a supernova. When this happens, the night sky will shine brighter than a full moon for several weeks. For astronomers, this is a unique chance to observe the death of a star in real time. But for followers of mysticism, this is a sign from the heavens. Online, you can find dozens of predictions, from the coming of the apocalypse to the beginning of a new era of consciousness. It's important to understand the psychology here. Orion is one of the few constellations that is easily recognizable. It genuinely appears in many cultures, and the human brain loves to find patterns. We see 3 stars in a row, and we want to find a secret plan. Moreover, we like the idea that the ancients knew something we don't. It adds a layer of charm and mystery to history. Where is the truth and where is the fiction? Fact: Orion was indeed important to ancient cultures. Fact: the Egyptians and Mayans did align structures with the stars. Fact: Betelgeuse could explode at any moment within the next 100,000 years. But all the talk of conspiracies, aliens, or secret symbols, that is fiction, a myth, a beautiful legend. And yet, even without a conspiracy, Orion remains a cosmic mystery. New stars and planets are being born there. Worlds similar to ours might exist there. And perhaps one day, we will indeed find life in the systems of this constellation. But for now, Orion remains what it has always been, a mirror of our dreams and fears. Some see in it a path to the stars, others a confirmation of a conspiracy, and some simply admire its beauty. So, does the Orion Conspiracy exist? If you mean the influence of aliens, it's highly unlikely. If you mean the symbolism that people themselves project onto it, undoubtedly. Because the main Orion conspiracy is the conspiracy of our own imagination, which seeks to explain the universe through myths and symbols. Dear viewers, thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this interesting and learned something new. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new